Hey guys, welcome to Information Security Technologies WAPT, that is Web Application Penetration Testing course. My name is Nipun Jaswal and I'll be the course instructor for this very course. So, what exactly is WAPT? WAPT is basically testing web applications for their security and finding bugs in web applications. However, it is a difficult process to carry out such operations, but here in InsectX, we believe in standing against all odds. Now let's discuss what exactly is WAPT. WAPT, Web Application Penetration Testing, refers to a set of services used to detect various security issues with web applications and identify vulnerabilities and risks, including known vulnerabilities in COTS application. COTS is basically commercial off-the-shelf applications which are commercially available to use or to deploy in your web applications. Technical vulnerabilities such as URL manipulations, SQL injections, cross-site scripting, cross-site request forgery, session hijacking, buffer overflows, web servers, misconfigurations, credential management, and clickjacking are the types of web application problems which typically exist in the scenario of the web servers today or the web applications. Now, the next part is the business logical errors. Day-to-day threat analysis, unauthorized logins, personal information disclosure modifications, price list modifications, unauthorized fund access, breach of customers' trust, etc. are the types of business logical errors which exist in WAPT today. Finding zero-day exploits for common CMSs and exploiting custom-made websites and for security implementation. Finding zero-day exploit. Now you might be thinking that what exactly is a zero-day exploit? A zero-day are basically undisclosed vulnerabilities in web applications which are not made public. As suppose I find a vulnerability in WordPress, it's a common CMS, and I don't disclose it to the outer world. The vulnerability remains as long as I persist in myself that the vulnerability is existing. That is called a zero. As they say, if I have to cut down a tree in 6 hours, I'll spend 3 sharpening my axe. This is what this course is all about. Moving next, we choose why this course is useful for you and your business partners or your business. This is a professional course for those who want to pursue web application penetration testing and ethical hacking and secure web programming as their career. For developers, securing your application reduces costs for the testing phases. As you might know that in the development of a software or a web application, the most difficult and the most troublesome part is the testing phase. So to reduce or cut down that cost, we need good WAPT testers for the day-to-day life. Now moving further, what exactly is WAPT all about? As you can see in the window right to your screen, that this is our whiteboard, right? So everything which I'll be explaining to you will be like a classroom environment, and you will be able to understand all the concepts which I'll be teaching you. And for techies or newbies who might be seeing these videos and are confused that what the hell this man is talking about, for them, insights of web applications and ethical hacking is what we cover in WAPT. Basically, they will be benefited from the different type of programming languages we are going to use in this course, which involves PHP, ASP.NET. We have Linux operating system, Linux programming, shell coding, Windows programming, which is basically the bash file programming, network scanning, and we will be talking about malware analysis, etc. in this course. Now you might be thinking why I am talking about malware analysis in a WAP course. But here are techniques which are deployed in such a way that malwares of site can be malwared. Suppose sometime you visit Google and you click on a link and it shows that visiting this link could be dangerous. Now in that case, the website has been malwared by any hacker or a hacker group. Now we have to consider that as an attack too, right? So now the job opportunities, the road ahead following the course. The road ahead is what you will pursue after this course. In India, expected security researchers required by the end of 2014 is about 8 lakhs, and it was published in a very high reputed newspaper, that is Hindustan Times. As companies going online and the register work is being took off the shelf, we WAP engineers or WAP security testers are being required by the companies as much as they need engineers, etc. Demand for researchers in this field is increasing day by day. Jobs like web application security experts, network administrators, ethical hackers, cyber security experts are scattered in plenty. Advantages of WAP. What are the basic advantages that you will feel after this course? High packages, obviously, very high salary packages will be offered to you. Respectable jobs, bigger names to associate with like Facebook, Google, Yahoo, we have MSN, NATO, etc. etc. Testing is most crucial and costly phase in any development field, as I told you earlier. In India, the demand is more and the production is less for the WAP engineers or the WAP experts. It is an addition to your career and the most challenging field in day-to-day security. Moving on to the next part. What is covered in this course? First, I would like to discuss, actually, it like happened it with myself. My young sister was asked in her school that what your brother do. She being innocent replied to her teacher that he is a penetration tester. Now that lady, that teacher might think penetration testing in some different interpretations, as you might be thinking too. But here in WAP, what exactly feels like is the names are a bit confusing, but the field is not. The field is very good to choose, and all the WAP engineers have a good and settled life all over the world. Now coming back to what we are going to cover in this course, the module workflows is like this. In the first module, we will be focusing on the detailed introduction of the course, what we are going to cover in this course in details, evaluation of web applications, uses of web applications, everything like that. Now in module second, client server architecture, introduction to client server architecture and challenges in client server architecture. What exactly it means is client server architecture and challenges in client server architecture are the basic requirements and the basic mechanisms of what we do today, like client and the server. When your browser makes a request, it is always to a server and it responds back in that case. Now module 3, working with protocols. How does a protocol work? Understanding the packets and the capturing and analysis of various types of data from FTP, SMTP, we have HTTP, etc. etc. Module 4, introduction to basic web app technologies. how web apps work. However, how requests and responses are generated between the client and the server, how various header information is passed from a browser to a server, or vice versa. In Module 5, we will be covering uh, protocol status codes. What are protocol status codes? Suppose a FTP makes a request to a server to a FTP server and it sends the response back to the client. That is what is called a status code come back, that indicating that the FTP server is responding. Like in HTTP, we get a 200 HTTP request when the web page is available, or in some cases 404, that is the not found error. Module 6, we will be covering web server and the client. How web server works under different conditions and different operating systems like Windows and Linux. How do we use them, install basic applications of the web server. Necessities of web application security. Why there is a need to secure web applications. What kind of attacks that are generated against the web applications. We will be discussing that in this very module. Module 8, offensive and defensive mechanism in WASP. How to attack web applications. What methods to deploy in securing applications. Module 10, OWASP top 10. And this is a very big module and a very interesting one, because it will contain around 10 to 15 demonstrations. Just the attack phase and the demonstrations will be covering how we are going to attack the web application by using OWASP top 10 vulnerabilities in the web applications. Attacking applications by using, obviously, top 10 listing vulnerabilities by OWASP. Various methods and attacks are covered as I told you earlier. Demonstration of every single attack. As I told you, it will be containing around 10 to 15 videos of OWASP. Module 10, Mastering WASP using Samurai OS. Samurai OS is a operating system which is built in Linux, and it contains a lot of tools which are required and used in WASP course. Like most of the tools, like we say Burp Intruder, we are having Burp Suite, we are having Squid Proxies, everything. Burp Suite is a sequel to Tamper Data. Module 11, Core Defense Mechanism. Understanding core defense mechanism in web applications, blocking attacks completely up to 99%. Yes, there you go. Module 12, Mapping the application. Suppose you want to check this server, that what does it composed of, like is it working on Apache, IIS, etc. Bypassing client-side controls is the 13th module. Various attacks using client-side controls and bypassing various security checks and filters. We will be covering this in the very module. Module 14, Attacking Authentication. Attacking login mechanisms, password manipulations, activation keys, and bypassing login mechanisms, which we will be covering this under module number 14. Module 15, Attacking Session Management. Now, as you know that sometimes you open Facebook and accidentally turns it off, or we say close it, and you go to Facebook again, it doesn't ask you for the login and the password. It logs you in and you are right away taken to your profile. That is what session comes into play. We will be attacking session management, cookie generation, recognizing token mechanisms which are working at the back end of the cookie concept, and token in encryption. Module 16, Attacking Access Controls. Misconfigurations, multiple accounts, privilege escalations, are covered under attacking access control. Module 17, attacking data stores. This is a good one. Module 17 will contain SQL injections of various types, not just Havage, what most of the hackers today are using. We will be covering backtrack tools and basically CLI tools, which are much more powerful than Havage and all other GUI tools available on the internet. We will be bypassing firewall systems. We will be using manual SQL injection techniques and bypassing SQL logging, as well as filtering out the data from the database. Module 18, attacking backend components. File includes local file inclusion, remote file inclusion, FDS, FPDs, that is file path disclosures, file transfer, directory transfers, injections in SOAP services, and Python scripts. Module 19, attacking applications logic. Application logics as you can see on your whiteboard, that suppose we have an application and we know the data can be entered from this side, but attacker doesn't know this and he have to try everything possible to get into the web application. So in this application attacking logics, what we will be performing is we will be performing 5 to 10 hands-on videos over the real world cases, that how we can attack various type of applications through attacking the application logic. Suppose some applications might be vulnerable from the SQL side or the cross-site scripting side, so we'll be attacking that. This what means is that we are attacking an application just that it wants to get attacked itself. Module 20, attacking users. Attacking users is basically cross-site scripting, but most of you doesn't consider cross-site scripting that much important as the other attacks do. But remember one thing, access is very powerful and it is found in over 90% of the websites which are on the internet. So finding cross-site scripting bugs, keylogging with XSS, hacking the user, finding XSS vulnerable websites, hacking users by XSS, and payload-based attacks. Payload-based attacks are used in accordance with Metasploit and the cross-site scripting framework. Module 21, attacking users. The other techniques. Various other methods like HTTP header injection, HTML injection, cookie injection, etc. to be discussed in this module. Automizing custom attacks. Attack automation techniques using various tools and scripts. Attack automizing is basically best works in Python, Perl, etc. Module 23, exploiting information disclosure. From generating error message, we will be able to figure out what the web server is running, which PHP version, which is the server version, etc. about the web server, and we will be tracing out the web application from the server itself. Module 24, attacking native compiled applications. Here basically stack overflows and heap overflows in the web application which exist from time to time are basically discussed. Module 25, attacking application architecture. Tiered applications or in applications running in shared environments, how they work, how they can be hacked, how they can be manipulated, how their data can be transmitted over the internet, etc. we will be covering under module number 25. Module 26, attacking server. Various attacks on server's version number or server's PHP might be out, SSH, everything will be covered under this module. Module 27, finding vulnerabilities in the source code. Suppose we have a source code like in C, like char s and we have 2 in bracket. And now when s is assigned a value of 2, it will accept the variable. But what will happen if the input size is more than 2? A buffer overflow attack is generated. Now these kinds of attacks, how to prevent them, how to use them, we will be using this in this very module. Attacking and finding vulnerabilities in the source code, which we have discussed now, is just about verifying the source code and exploiting and patching these holes. How we can patch these holes exactly is the target of this module. Module 28, Warped Hackers Methodology. Creation of formal reports, how to present a formal penetration testing report, how to build it, and how to step by step test a web application. These are basically consist of 30 to 40 attacks, which we will be demonstrating under this, and how we can test a web application and how we can make a formal report out of the same. Module 29, working on WARP project. WARP project is what Information Security Technologies is about to present a new type of concept called the WARP project. In WARP project, we will be selecting some of you guys from your distance or remote places, and will be putting them under a project and assigning them some work. So you will be able to work with us, and as well as you can work in this field for a very long time. Module 30th, working on Metasploit for WARP. This I just love this module. Metasploit and WARP, both of my expertise courses together. Metasploit is a very strong application. Basically used tier of securities of web servers, application servers, everything. So we will be working on Metasploit and WARP both in the same fashion, like together. Module 31. This is a addition of my experience into this course, that how we can do a packet analysis. This is just a gift for you guys who opt for WARP, that how we can introduce packet analysis in WARP courses. This was just a demo. More is to come. Enroll yourself in WARP course by Insectex today. 31 complete modules of enough web application testing, guest lectures by top professionals of the country. For more information regarding this course, feel free to contact us anytime. Thanks a ton. For enrolling yourself into the course, please log on to insectex.com. For further information regarding this course, please go on to redtechie.com. For course information and cost, contact person is Mr. Kiran Thiruavula, and you can mail him. And information regarding me, the trainer, you can always go to www.nipunjaswal.com, and you can mail me at nipun.jaswal@insectex.com. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the course modules. Take care.